Hey guys, it's Dave, and Monica and I are fresh off of the Beachbody Summit in Las Vegas, which is why my voice sounds like this. An amazing several days just connecting with people, talking to people. A lot of those were in really loud places, and I've all but lost my voice. But what I want to talk to you about today is something I was talking to people at Summit about, and it's about relationships and connecting with people. And I talked a little bit about this, but maybe I've got something that'll make a little bit more sense. So what I want to talk about is how surfing and waves are just like relationships. So Monica and I had an opportunity to speak at Summit. If you came and saw us, first of all, thank you. But second of all, I kind of talked about the ocean and how that's my place to go and get away from the phone and the computer and all that and just kind of turn my brain off. And a lot of times I get out there and I think about things really deeply. And so one of the things that I sort of thought was how relationships are just like waves. So let me give you 3 waves that I caught today, and then give you a little bit of perspective on that. So the first wave looked really good, right? Saw this wave coming, looks really, really good, and I get in the right spot, and I'm in the right spot, and it's kind of doing pretty much what I thought it was gonna do until I got on it, and then it just pounded me, okay? Did not react the way that I thought it was gonna react. The second wave that came along, it didn't look that great, but I thought, all right, maybe I'll give this wave a chance. And it was a fun little wave, sort of, made a couple turns. It was a good little wave, lots of fun. So the third one is the one that sort of triggered all of this thought process in my head. And this one looked a lot like the first wave, right? It was coming, and I saw it, and I was like, okay, I just could get down the beach. So I'm on my stand-up board, so I paddle down there and get in the right spot. And it does exactly what I think it's gonna do, just like the first one. And I get on the wave and I sort of engage with it, make a nice bottom turn, come up to the top, go back down, and as I was coming back up to the top to make another turn, I started to think about the first wave, okay? And I sort of expected this wave to eventually do that to me. And so when I started to think about that, I pretty much instantly just fell off the board. And as I was falling off, I saw this great wave just kind of keep going down the beach, right? And so I started thinking, what happened there? Why did I just bail on that wave? What was that all about? And what I realized was it was because I was thinking, right? Surfing is about reacting. You have to anticipate things. You got to be able to look at the wave and go, okay, that's a good wave. This is a bad wave. It's going to break left. It's going to break right. I need to be in this spot and not in that spot. And how deep you got to be in the water. You got to get yourself in the right place at the right time. But once you're on the wave, it's really about reacting. And so one of the questions I got at Summit, and the reason I sort of bring all this stuff up, is that a lot of people ask me, how do you connect with people? Give me the 10 steps that I need to really deeply connect with somebody. And so what you're trying to do when you do something like that is you're trying to apply a really technical set of rules to something that's an emotional process. Because everybody is different, just like every wave is different. Every person is different. Everybody has different individual needs, desires, goals, ambitions. All that stuff is totally different for each individual person you're talking to. And I did this for a really long time. I kind of went through this business. I approached this business from a very technical perspective. I'm a technical person, very analytical, task-oriented, that sort of thing. And I tried to approach this really from a technical perspective. And I did that for several years, and I did okay. I built a pretty good business for myself. But I wasn't connecting with people. I wasn't really connecting with people. So I was relying on people to sort of take it on their own. And the people who did were great. And I was like, well, that person's a real go-getter. Well, they were real go-getters. And you're gonna find some people like that. But you're also gonna find some people who just need your help. And they need you to connect with them. And they need you to help them find their dreams and their goals and their why. And so in order to do that, you have to really connect with people. And that's just a process of talking to them and getting open and vulnerable with them and being honest with people. This is so important. I was talking with one of my good friends the other day about the importance of feedback and being open to people's feedback from you and listening when they do that, when they tell you, hey, honestly, one of the best things that ever happened to me was somebody looked at me and said, you know what, you're not a good listener. And I said, what do you mean I'm a great listener? No, you're not. And I wasn't. He was right. When he said that to me, he was right. And I started to think, well, gee, maybe I need to get better at this listening thing. How do you get better at that? And I went on that trip. I took that class. I went to the Get Better at Listening school because I knew that he was right. Now, if I had been stubborn and dug in, I wouldn't have taken that chance. And if I hadn't taken that chance, I wouldn't have been able to connect with people on the level that I have been able to. So that's really, I guess, the whole point of what I want to say, and I illustrate it with an example. But relationships are not technical, they're emotional. So understand that. It's okay to have a process that you take people through, in order to sort of engage with them and get to what's important with them. But don't get so hung up in that you're sort of like, I don't know, I've got my 10-step process or whatever it is, and I'm only on step 3, but this seems to be like a step 5 process. Get away from that. What's going on with the person that you're talking to? What is going on with the person you're engaging? How are you going to be able to help them and connect with them? And don't try to don't get so technical with stuff. Be open to emotional things. So anyway, that's it. I'm so happy to be home. Vegas was a blast, and I had just a phenomenal time. It was by far the best summit I've ever been to. But I am so glad to be home. I was so glad to get back in the ocean. I get out there and the dolphins are out there and everything. So super at peace and super grateful to live this incredible life. I hope you guys are all well. Take care. We'll be in touch.